Alright, so I got inspired by Ken Carson's new album. This is a Travis Scott loop, but I decided to put some Ken Carson style drums on top. So the first thing I'm gonna do is break down everything that I did in the loop. It's pretty complex, has about 10 sounds. Very first thing that I did, I got this Moog bass one shot. I laid down this bass line right here. Very standard Travis Scott sounding bass line. For the second 8 bars, I laid down this bass pattern. Next thing I did, I got this pluck one shot. On this pluck one shot, I put Fruity Delay 2, I put Valhalla Vintage Verb, and I put Stomp Board. This is my favorite guitar amp plugin. I use it in almost all of my loops. That's just something to add a lot of suspense. Almost sounds like a string top line. Then I got this synth right here and I laid down this pattern. Sounds really bad right now, but I put some auto chroma on it on the blips, bleeps, and bloops preset. When I put it on that preset, I exported it, rendered it out, and chopped it up. This is what it sounds like now. So here's everything we have now. Next, I went into Analog Lab and I decided it would be fun to get some sound effects. After that sound effect, I laid down this lead preset. After I did that, I put on Portal, put on Shaper Box, put on Thermal, put on Cluster Flux, then put on an EQ. With all of that activated, this is what the lead sounds like now. So it sounds less of a lead and more of a sound effect now. Next thing I did, I got a synth from Analog Lab and I laid down some really big chords. This is a staple in Travis Scott's music. I know I'm talking a lot about Travis Scott because that's who I made this melody for, but the beat is gonna be for Ken Carson. This last sound, I just put the same pattern on a different synth. And this final lead pattern. This final lead pattern is a preset called Nightmare Lead. No effects on here. This is just straight what it sounds like. And this is the most recognizable sound in the whole loop. So when you put it all together, this is what it sounds like. Now that I got that done, I can go into the FLP of the beat, and this is where it gets fun. All these drum patterns and all these drum patterns are different. I put it in 2 different sections, and I also have 2 different 808 patterns right here. And every single one of these sounds is from my upcoming Signal drum kit. I've been working on this kit on and off for about 1.5 years. Just some of my favorite sounds that I've created, and they're all super unique. So the first thing I did when making this beat was I put all of the melodic patterns into different sections. So this is the first section that I have. And this is the second. The very first thing I added is this kick pattern. Super spacious and not a lot going on because I wanted to be suspenseful. Next, I added this kick as a response, and these notes were bleeding into each other a little bit, so I turned on the cut itself feature and put this note at 0 velocity right here so it cuts off before the next bar. And right here I have a triplet, right here I have a 1-step just for some variation. And next I got this Zorkel open hat. Something I've been doing recently is I've been putting my open hats like in super low registries just because I think it sounds cool, add something different to the beat. I got a second open hat right here. These open hats are really good at adding like alien-like sound effects, like something super spacey. And one of my favorite elements of this kit is the tonal snares. After that tonal snare, I put down this like jerk clap pattern just for fun. Then I added this actual snare that does some call and response with the tonal snare. The tonal snare hits right here, and then the regular snare, then tonal snare, then regular snare. Got one more snare right here that hits on top of the tonal snare. Then for some extra bounce, I added this drum accent. This is the most important part of this kit. I have 100 drum accents in there. I haven't seen anybody do this before, and I've been sitting on this idea for a really long time, so I hope I am the first person to do it. But you just add it on top of your drum pattern in a space where, like, see right here, there's a bunch of empty space, so I put a drum accent right here, and it adds a crazy bounce. Then I got this other drum accent right here that I added as a texture. And to cap off the intro, I added this riser from my kit. And I added this other riser with the drum fill. And that entire intro together sounds like this. For the main section, this is the part that was really inspired by Carson. I started off with this snare pattern. I almost thought about using the no lie snare in this beat, but I thought it was too generic. Next I got this counter snare. It really doesn't even sound like a snare, that's just what I have it labeled as. Then I got this one-step hi-hat. In these beats, a one-step hi-hat is essential. It just brings the energy, like a super different energy than a two-step or a four-step. Then I got this open hat on the one to let you know you're entering the next section. Another open hat for some bounce. Then I got a texture open hat. And this kick just hits on the downbeat. Finally, I got this 808 that just follows the bass notes, and then I have these notes right here that go down 5 from time to time. Final thing, I got this insane drum accent right here that I took from one of my beats, and I'll just play it by itself. I felt like this hi-hat wasn't crazy enough, so I ended up layering these two together. And now with the full beat, they sound really good together. And in the second 8 bars after the drop, I made this 808 pattern. The only thing I did differently was I just put these notes up an octave. It's essentially the exact exact same 808 pattern as before, just with a couple more notes. And that is the entire beat right there. I know I kind of sped through this process, but I really just wanted to find a reason to make a video on this beat because I think this is really good. This is one of my favorites that I've ever done. And this drum kit that I use in here is one of the best things I'm ever gonna put out. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all learned something as well. I hope this gave y'all some inspiration. And here's the final product.